I want to touch on something that a little bit of news that broke earlier today, and shout out to the young boy Julio Rodriguez. This kid, younger than we are, and he's going to get paid way more money than Adam and I will combined make in our entire lifetime.
Oh, definitely.
And he's got that shit locked up, guaranteed, ready to go. What is the exact number, and how much money is Julio Rodriguez going to make?
It's the J-Rod. I know what you mean. Well, he's guaranteed $210 million. That's a guarantee, longest and largest in MLB history.
Yeah.
At $470 million, capping it off. And I believe it said, someone tweeted out, Bob, up to 20 years, but the club has not confirmed the deal, which could be worth 8, 13, 16, or 18 years based on player and team options. So a lot of different variables to break down.
And I also just want to throw something out there right now, guys. This is a, totally different sport, and there's completely other things to think about. But Kyler Murray, the quarterback on the Arizona Cardinals, who has been in the league for several years now and has shown that he's capable of doing this year after year after year, he didn't even get guaranteed that much money. Now, understandably, it's less time on the deal, but that's also at a much higher value position, being the quarterback of a team and having been doing it for several seasons. This kid is getting $210 guaranteed $1 million. So if you get in a car accident and you break both of your legs and get paralyzed, God forbid, you will still make $210 million, and he's not even played an entire season of MLB ball.
I think you're seeing a trend now with a lot of young superstars. Teams are locking them up. Braves have been doing it for years. You see, obviously, J-Rod right here. You saw it with the Chicago White Sox when they locked up Robert. Like, you're seeing a trend happening in MLB. If teams can do it, they should do it right away. Because you see it with Tatis, however, that one is a little bit rocky.
Right.
But you got to lock him up, because the last thing you want to do is let the superstar leave your team and go to another team and continue his legacy there. You kind of want to do it also for your fans. Like, the fans, if you want to start creating a dynasty in the next decade or even 20 years with J-Rod, you want to lock up a superstar so that you can sell tickets, make fans fall in love with them, and make me think, wow, last 20 years I got to see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I wish we got to that point. And I can go, wow, what a great time. I'm a Blue Jay fan for life. I'm going to buy all their merchandise, blah, blah, blah. It just makes sense from a fan perspective.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to take the other side of that argument right now, because I hear what you're saying, but I think that I don't think that everything that we've seen recently is necessarily the rule. I think that that we haven't witnessed right now a young player who gets locked up to something like this bust completely. I could see a Julio Rodriguez, because we haven't even witnessed him for a whole season of baseball, right? We haven't seen that. We're looking at a guy like Bo Bichette right now. Bo Bichette, if you would have signed him, like if he in his first season and a half or something like that, you would have signed him to a deal like this, I'm like, all right, great, we got him locked up forever. And now we're seeing the other side of Bo Bichette, where it's like, hey, the league is figuring him out a little bit. Maybe he's not as good as we thought he was going to be. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen with Julio Rodriguez, but I am saying that there is the potential, whenever you lock up a player this young, this early, with this small of a sample size, that this deal could come back to bite you in the ass if something goes wrong.
Very potentially. I think that's why they have those other options. Sure, you're willing to give up $200 million for 8 years, but you're not, that's why they got to see. And I was going to read it out for you guys there, but there's like options. If he does win MVP, he gets like an extra $100 million.
Right.
So he's got to perform. He's got to stay healthy.
Of course.
So I can give him a lot more incentive to do that. Now, you were saying Bo Bichette, and I was like, well, I wonder what would be the telltale signs of like why we shouldn't sign Bo Bichette. Strikeouts. He struck out a lot. Look at Julio Rodriguez. Strikes out quite a bit.
He does.
This could be exposable. I'm not saying he will be exposed, but he doesn't walk. There's Bo Bichette. He strikes out a lot. He chases a lot. He whiffs a lot. He could improve, but so could a Bo Bichette.
Well,
but we never know.
That's the thing. I think that there's a bit of a fallacy going on in some people's brains where we look at these players, we say, hey, he's 21 years old, and I don't want to take anything from Julio Rodriguez. I made a video room about him. A lot of you guys liked that one, so thank you to everybody who watched that. But I made a video room basically talking this guy up and saying, like, he has it, and I do believe he does. but in the 25% chance, like there's no guarantee on anything, right? 25% of the chance this kid busts. 25% of the chance he gets an injury. Hey, there's a fucking 10% chance that he's actually taking PEDs that nobody knows about, right? You know, maybe Tatis, God forbid, maybe Tatis is bad after this. Maybe there's something like that. Maybe there's something to be said for that. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm just saying that is a lot of money to offer to a player who has never played an entire season of MLB baseball. But GG to Julio Rodriguez, well done.
You've convinced the team enough to say, hey, give me up to $470 million. And yes, the first club option is for 8 or 10 years and ranges from $200 to $350 million based on MVP balloting.
Right.
So he actually has to be good to prove that he can do it. So,
yeah.
I mean, if that's the way you're going to do it, like instead of guaranteeing all that money like we've seen with Tatis and other players, prove to me that you're a good player. And then once you do that, then you can take the rest of your money. Yeah, because sure, I might sign Bo Bichette to an 8-year, $200 million deal, $25 million a year. Feel like maybe that's what he's worth, you know? He's a good player. Maybe he gets better. Sure, maybe I'll take that risk. Again, it's not my money. But if you want to prove to me and get that more money, then that will hopefully increase the chances that during that 8-year period, he can be much better.
Well, and I've always thought too, right? It's like money should be based on performance. Now, I think that you need to have a section of guaranteed money because, I mean, nobody knows about injuries, right? I don't think that you should have all your money taken away because you were on the field trying to make a play, you twisted your ankle, you're out for, 3 months or something. That's just not right. So you need to have a guaranteed salary. Everyone needs to have that, so that's your guaranteed money. But then, I think everything off of that should be based on performance, There should be some negotiation in that. If you hit for 300 and you hit 40 bombs, then you deserve more money than what you were going to get paid if you hit for 220, right? That should just be what it is, because the contribution that you're making on this team is a lot more if you do that.